In this video, I'm going to take you guys through a collective reading on what's coming up for you. What is coming up? What can you look forward to? But really, like, what's coming up? What are the next steps? What's going on in your life? As always, take what you love, leave the rest. All right. If you're new, and actually this is a new training I have anyway, you guys can check out my free enlightenment masterclass series. It's 2 videos in the link in the description below if you're interested in understanding enlightenment and ascension in a way that's easier than most people describe it. What else do I want to say? I think we'll just jump right in. Okay. What's coming up next for you? Actually, I want one more. Okay. I'm just going to pull some cards for you guys and then I'll unpack the message. What's coming up next for you? I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little sleepy. I'm a little sleepy. Do you guys not want this another card to pop? No, okay. And then give me an animal. What do we want? This one. What is coming up for our viewers here? Rest, man. What's coming up? Okay. Whew. All right, where do I want to start? We'll start here. What's coming up? Financial security. What does that mean? Get off your ass and move your feet. This can come in form of gifts as well, but I'm hearing move your feet, okay? Pray and move your feet. A lot of the work is prayer and looking for an opportunity for your finances to grow. That's right alongside child of the divine, which I would interpret it as channeling, but I'm going to read this card in a moment. But like, it's really about tapping into the part of yourself that is your inner core and your inner genius that is ready to leap, that is ready to be free. This could also be seen as like the Fool card. You're ready to step into a new chapter and you're literally just ready. There's nothing to think about per se. You don't need to engineer this into place. You already know who you are. You already know what you can look forward to from who you are. Most of you are not taking that leap yet because of other people's opinions. Because other people are telling you either you're full of beans or people like you don't do stuff like that or that's not possible or how could you build a life like that? And if they're not telling it to you verbally, it's happening energetically. So this person's actually siphoning off of this person's ear, right? Like they're stealing the energy. So for those of you that aren't aware, oh my God, in your intuition, when people talk shit about you, it sends psychic attack energy, which is like, you can think about it just like opening up, like they send telephone lines open to your energy, your inner ear, with confusion, with static, with mean things. Like I have to shut this stuff down all the time. I hear mean things in my static all the time. So I'm just like, go away. So if it's really about tuning into your core frequency, like who are you in the way that you know yourself to be? And the truth is, you do not have to do anything differently in the way that, like, let me figure out how to explain this. You don't need to do anything differently to become a success. You already are a success. On every timeline that you are existing in, that are the higher timelines, the higher decisions, your higher self, you are existing in a place where you are already inevitably a success. You are already doing the thing you want to do. This is about retraining your mind to think less about the obstacles in front of you and more about aligning yourself to the version of you in the future that already has what you want. Something that I like to do is reverse guide myself. So, you know, I mean, you guys know for me, like, I'm a channel. I have access to lots of guides, and sometimes my guides give me like conflicting information. Or one set of guides will say something very specific and give me rules, and the other set will give me more rules that are different, and they'll conflict, and I get frustrated. And this is what I do. I tune back into myself. It's just a really simple activity where where when I want the best guidance for me, regardless of whatever the hell is going on around me, I reach into myself and say, future self that has already done this, come back and tell me the next step. So you can focus in on the future version of yourself that already has what you want, that has already done what you're aiming to do, that already has that lifestyle, and say, please guide me. It's a version of your higher self, but it's actually a future version of yourself, as opposed to the self in the now. And we kind of collapse time in that way, and your guidance will be better guided. The truth is, you already are a success. The truth is, you're already who you need to become. You're already who you need to become. If you're already there, then we just need to pull it out of you. We just need to bring it out of you. It just needs to be unveiled. And if that's the truth, which it is, then it's about aligning to the parts of yourself, your own psychology, your own mentality around, I already have my needs met. I already am this pristine being that I wish to be. I already have the life I want. I already am my zone of genius. I already am this person. So if that's true, what would be my next step? How would I bring her or him out of myself? How would I step into this day? How would I make decisions today? How would I allow the universe to meet me? A lot of us take actions in form of resistance. So we'll think one thing, we'll think really positively, but then we'll act from fear. The universe will meet us more than halfway if we can get out of the way, remove the resistance patterns, and stay in the state of that childlike innocence and purity, which is your own personal divine connection, whether it's higher self, source, however you think about what it is to have a higher power. As you stay in connection, which is to stay in faith mentally, it is to have good thoughts, it is to feed good thoughts, it is to weed the garden of your mind and remove anything that conflicts with success and financial security. It is to remove anything that conflicts with the future version of yourself that already has what you want. Because again, like they're refocusing me again, like the truth is you already have it. It's the truth. Time is so relative. Like everything is actually simultaneous. So if anything's happening in the future and hasn't happened yet, it actually is in your energy and in your frequency now, and you can tap right into it. Now, there's a lot of fire coming for you guys. I'm trying to think of how to translate this. I guess I would call it passion, a lot of action, and a lot of noise. It's important that you focus on your own spark, your internal flame, you know, your third eye. Like focus on meditating even just a little bit every day, just to get yourself the focus that you need on the next steps to move forward for yourself. There's a big focus on the third eye on all these cards. Well, maybe not the fire ants, but third eye, third eye. Okay. This is also like you're bulldozing through blockages, through obstacles. When you see an obstacle, just move through it. Just let it go. The tiger is also synonymous with evening rituals. A lot of you guys are probably losing sleep and or you're getting a lot of visions in your sleep. if any, yeah, I mean, the energy's been on high for the last like 6 weeks. Like I've had so many downloads coming in my sleep. I haven't been sleeping. You guys are probably in a similar place, or you're just like you're over processing cosmic information while you're sleeping, because it really is on a high right now. It's also important to prepare for your future journey that's coming. So when the camel popped out, that's like you're bringing water with you. There's all this fire. This is all like red and fire. The fire ants are a big fire energy. And then we have the camel, which is offsetting it. So the camel's like, prepare, like bring your water with you, bring your reserves of your internal fountain of youth, which is your ability to think and see and perceive clearly, and assume the best with you. Bring your good thoughts with you. There's kind of like, I'm seeing like a steep climb right now for you guys. What's coming up for you? But it's easy. Like I'm seeing like a rock face, and like you're about to ascend, and you've got your, oh my God, I used to do a lot of rock climbing, but I forget what the gear's called. Like you've got the gear to ascend. Like you're not like walking up this mountain. Like you've got rock climbing gear. Okay. Like you're ready. And it's going to be easy because you know how to do it. But the truth is, you're climbing up a rock face. So when you approach there's like an angle of approach. When you approach what it is you're about to do, whatever it is that you're engaging with in your life right now, or coming very soon, you need to know that there's a big hierarchical difference in the energetic wavelength and standards of the vibrational frequency of alignment of what you're attracting. So you're coming into the rock face at base level, like at your base camp. And they're showing me a multi-pitch route. Maybe someone's a rock climber too, because I haven't climbed in a while, so these references are new. Like, you know, they're just coming in for you guys. They're showing me a multi-pitch route up a rock face. So it means it's long. It's a lot of climbing. We're looking at several, maybe a full day, if not several days of climbing to get to the top frequency. And you might even be camping out on the rock face on different areas. So it's like a rapid ascent spiritually and physically. They're making the distinction that it does have to do with rock climbing. So there is a physical ascent around embracing, I'm hearing chasing, but I don't know if they really mean that, around embracing your success and making it fucking happen. Chasing the dream doesn't have to be hard. It can be easy, but you have to acknowledge the territory that you're walking into and acclimate your inner child, acclimate your nervous system for what you're walking into. So again, you're walking up to a multi-pitch rock face, and you're about to climb it, and you have the gear, and you have the ability. But if you approach that multi-pitch rock face as if you are, I don't know, doing an easy walk, like around a stream or something, you're not going to have the emotional or spiritual skills you need to actually practice the ascent. So let's talk about a multi-pitch climb. So it's dangerous as fuck. It is dangerous. I don't know if anyone has done them. They're I'm not scared of heights, so it's fine. But they're dangerous. There's nothing not dangerous about climbing a rock wall that's hundreds and then like over 1,000 feet up in the air. The point is that you have the skills. You are a climber. You are equipped. You have the trad gear, the traditional gear that actually is like your ability to find and place gear to keep yourself tethered to the wall while you climb. I was gonna say you also have like perhaps a sport route. So for climbing, there's like pre-drilled, I forget what they're called, things in the wall where you can like climb. And they're saying, no. There's no recreation here. This is not sport and this is not recreation. This is, so let me tune back in because that's interesting to me. This is, you're either going to have it or you're not. You're either committed or you're not. The second you go to chase whatever this is for yourself, whatever you have in mind, and I think each of you will know for yourself, you have to commit. there's no like lackadaisical behavior behind it, because it is a rapid ascent and it is a drastic difference. There's the base level frequency, which we'll say is 200 feet above sea level. And then you have the top of the mountain, whatever you're climbing, the top of the rock face, which maybe is like, I don't know, 1,500 feet, 2,000 feet above sea level, and you're climbing that. So you do have to be strategic. You do have to be thoughtful. But the point is that you already know what that is, because you are already this sort of person. You already have these skills. So there's no additional skill development necessary, is what my guides are saying to me right now. So relax in knowing that your skills will get you up that rock face. The point is to condition your nervous system to not assume that you're just like going through a walk in the park, because then when you show up at the rock face with the attitude of I'm going through a walk in the park, you're going to be freaked out, sprint, run away, and neglect your blessings. The money will just walk away. You know, like, you are prepared. I'm hearing you are prepared. Now act like it. Show up and do the damn thing. That's what Spirit's saying. It's almost like you didn't go to Yosemite to, like, you went to Yosemite to rock climb. Like, so don't get there and just like be like, oh, whatever. Like, you came for a specific task. Like, you came to this chapter of your life, whatever you're walking into now, like through June, you came here for a specific thing that you were looking for, a specific ascent, a specific way of being, a specific zone of genius. Now show up and do the damn thing. Do it. There's a lack of follow through in the collective mind right now, where you guys are planning, you're ready, you're active. Your third eyes are blazing both in the day and at night. You have a ton of passionate energy. You're ready. You're also prepared. You have provision. There's also 2 moon cards here. So I don't know who needs to hear this, but like, tap into the moon is the evening. The moon is what's happening behind the scenes. The moon is what's happening. There's kind of like illusions around it. Remove the masks. What are you pretending to be that you're not? And just walk your damn walk. That's what I'm hearing really loud. Spirit's like kind of moseying around the energy, and then it's like, so it's like, okay, your inner genius is coming out. Let it unfold. This is easy. You packed your bags. You loaded up the car. You're getting in the drive. You're going to Yosemite. You got your friends. You've got your gear. You've got your guide, maybe even. And then there's almost like, you guys get in the car, you drive, and when you get to the destination, you're just like, oh yeah, like I think that's it. Like I just wanted to act like I was gonna do it. I don't know that I was actually gonna do it. This is so interesting. So what they're saying is what you need to overcome right now. The challenge is this moment in your consciousness, psychologically, mentally, emotionally, where you get out of the car and say, I've got all the gear. I am this sort of person. I'm prepared. I'm a climber. I'm a whatever, whatever you are. I have my friends with me. I have my resources. I have my abilities. I'm here to climb the damn mountain. And it's a rapid ascent. And if I have height fears, this is going to be an issue. Like, you're prepared. Get out of the car and make it happen. So let me look at this again, because there's fear around, you need to get to the rock face. So they're showing me times where I've gone climbing where there's like, Spirit's saying there's a fear between you getting out of the damn car in your mind and your consciousness at the mountain, so at the ascent point, and getting to the rock face. This is the next step in your consciousness, in your awareness, that you're all avoiding. I'm hearing you're all avoiding. It's just like in the air, everybody's like, okay, yeah, I'm here. I got my friends, like, we're prepped. This is gonna be fun. You just wanna sit in the car for the next 4 days? Great. Like, get out of the car. So what's involved here? Let me think about how to explain this. So the next step would be The decision to get out of the car. The decision, like I came here to do this specific thing. So let me get out of the relaxation of pretending like I'm still driving or on an automatic autopilot sort of situation, whatever that is for you, and start unpacking the car to place gear on that's going to be heavy. So there's this period that you're walking into is like an acknowledgement spiritually of you putting on your packs. Okay, you're putting an extra 50 pounds on your back and you're going to be doing an approach. So you're walking into to your climb, but there's I mean, hikers would know this too. There's like you have like a 2 or 3 mile approach just to get to the rock face or what have you. Okay? Just to get to your ascent. They're just saying ascent. I'm like looking for another word and they're not giving it to me. This is both spiritual and material for you guys to know. The material is the spiritual because the financial security card was out here. So you got money coming. That money coming has to do with your success. It has to do with your personal growth. It's very much intertwined between your spiritual growth and your material world. Your ability to see the space in between. So anyway, the next step for this process is placing the weight on your back. Most of you don't want to do this step, even though like you already have the intention of knowing that you have the packs in the car. You're ready to put on the weight. You're no longer training. Now you're actually doing the damn thing. So you're about to create your approach, to do your approach. And there's something about this that doesn't feel fun. It's almost like there was an escapism in the planning, the escapism of getting in the car. Metaphorically speaking, the escapism of the dreaming and of the getting things ready. And then it's like, when it's like actually go time, you're like, well, I don't know if it's fun until I get to the top of the mountain. And Spirit's like, well, to get to the top of the mountain, you have to get out of the car. You have to put on that 50-pound pack. You have to walk for 3 miles. You're going to be exhausted by the time you get there. Then you got to like sit down and have your ass a snack. And then you got to communicate with your friends and get all the gear together so you can actually start climbing and probably set up camp. So, and the climb itself will be exhausting. Yep. I'm just checking it. They're like, yeah, it will be exhausting. But you signed up for this. You signed up for this. It's fun. Their whole purpose around the point of rock climbing, the example they're giving me, is it's recreational. It's sport. You don't have to climb the rocks. You don't have to climb the rocks. You chose to climb the rocks. Anyone that does rock climbing, like I don't know, like I mean, we love it. We love it. You chose to do this thing that is terrifying for most people. Most people considering doing a multi-pitch route, like scaling rocks, climbing, and being responsible for themselves would be terrified. Anyone that does rock climbing is not. Like, we enjoy it. It's fun. Of course, there are risks associated with it, but you need to prepare and you need to understand, and mostly you need to be very grounded. I don't know anything more grounding than rock climbing. Like, you're one with the earth because you have to be for your own safety. But the point of this is that you have selected this. Nobody's forcing you to go climb a wall when you hate it or you would never select this life. Like, the point that Spirit's making is stop pretending you don't want this. This is your recreational path spiritually to make money, to claim your success. Like, it is recreational and it is terrifying, and you have to be able to reconcile the difference between those two things using your intuition. Don't think about what you're doing too much, just do it. Because they're showing me like you can get really freaked out on an ascent and panic when your lower mind, when your primal body realizes what it's doing. But if it's like, meaning like, I'm making a huge leap, changing my life, moving homes, whatever the thing is, like changing careers, like stepping out in public really in a really big way. But if you slow that down and just kind of walk your path and you're like, whatever, I'm just being me. This is just what I do. This is what the version of me does. It'll be easier for your consciousness to get behind and just agree to. So I think the point is you're not at the ascent yet, but when you do get to the ascent, know that you're rapidly ascending. This is like what we would call exponential growth. Like you're going from a 0 to a 2000. Like you're just like up a rock face. And it will be easy because you are prepared. But for other people, this would be terrifying. So don't ask other people for their opinions, because they'll tell you not to climb the wall. It's meant for you. You're prepped. You got your gear. You got your friends, whatever. Etherically speaking, your guides, your friends are your guides, your spirit guides. Okay, so let me back it up. So where was the challenge? Because they're showing me you getting out of the car. Like you're at the destination. So you've already done the planning, you already have everything packed, you're so ready that you're already arriving at like Yosemite. Okay, so in your consciousness, you're already there. And they're showing me that this is the moment where you get out of the car, you tap your friend on the shoulder, you're like, all right, let's get it. And there's hesitation in this moment. Now, what's the hesitation? The hesitation is, am I actually the sort of person to take this ascent? Am I actually the sort of person that does this? And it's what Spirit's saying to you, and this is happening for a lot of you subconsciously in the backs of your mind. Spirit's saying, like, you already put in all the work. This is the last 20%. Like, now you're just actually on the journey. It's the hardest part of the journey, but you're actually here. So, like, why are you trying to bail out last minute? There's a distaste for the weight that you're going to have to carry. They keep showing me the pack. So the challenge is, spiritually, you guys haven't gotten out of the car yet and said, like, okay, we're going to do it. There's almost like a psychological panic that's happening behind the wheel of the vehicle is what's being shown to me. Like, I don't know if I'm really meant for this, like to that. And it's like, well, that was a decision to make when you were leaving your destination, not to make now. You know? And there's a hesitation around putting on the pack. The emotional weight. What is this? The emotional weight of having to actually do it by yourself. Of course you have Spirit's guidance, but Spirit can't carry the emotional weight for you. That's a human thing. Spirit can't carry the decisions for you. Spirit can't carry your moment-to-moment process of navigation for you. That's a human thing. Spirit can just say, go that way. Oh, there's a snake on the path there. Avoid that. Like, keep going this way. There's a real human experience of the emotional, they're saying emotional trauma around what it means to carry weight. I don't know if that's like actually carrying people around you. Can you tell me a little bit more? Actually, I'm going to pull a card on this because I need clarity. What are they carrying? What's the emotional weight? Oh, it's going to make me cry. You're carrying students. So this is a leadership position. And in whatever way this resonates for you, the mentor card came out. So what you're carrying is a heavy crown. The crown weighs heavy. What you're carrying is responsibility. What you're carrying is acknowledgement that your actions from here forward have drastic impact on those around you. Materially and emotionally and then spiritually. There's also this interplay of dynamic within the self that's this emotional weight. That is the play between the mentor and the student within the self, and the mentor and the student with God consciousness. So it's like, Are you the mentor or the student with God consciousness? Are you the student, like you're expecting God to tell you exactly how to walk down this path and trail? And then when you get to like a stumbling block, you get to a piece of, I don't know, a piece of wood on the ground, you're looking up at God like, what am I supposed to do? And God's like, I can't see that detail. Have you guys ever heard like the devil's in the details? Like, God can't see the details. Like, walk. You know what you're doing. You have two eyes. Like, you can see that there's a blockage on your path. So either step over it, walk around it, move it, like find it, to find a way to work it through. That's what God is saying. And that's you changing your relationship to God with status, where you leave the student part of yourself behind and become your own personal mentor and start calling the shots depending on what is unfolding for you on your path. And this is true wisdom. It's using the wisdom of your experience to know how to navigate on the ground, moment to moment, while also holding your spiritual guidance, but telling God, like, when, you know, I give God feedback all the time. Because higher divine can't see the physicality. That's our job. I don't know how else to explain that. I think that's what I need there. Okay, what else do you guys want to say here? The rock face itself is the last challenge and you're not there yet. God is literally just stepping in. Your guides are stepping in right now to get you to start moving, to get you into that understanding of the interplay of the mentor, the student and mentor relationship within the self. To acknowledge that you're in flexible roles right now in your psychology and in your parts, your inner parts, which means you need to be flexible as far as what part of yourself is guiding the other and where you're landing with that. You know, the child divine was the first card, so your inner child is like front and center. But we've got the mentor coming up as what the weight was, what the responsibility was. So the responsibility is, okay, be your inner child. Let your freak flag fly. And when it's time to take responsibility for that inner child and for those around you, take the responsibility and move into the position of leadership, which a lot of you are avoiding. Lead. Whether it's through example, whether it's through actual leadership, maybe community leadership, maybe volunteering. Start finding ways to lead is going to be important for you guys, like in a very physical way, because you need to be able to develop a healthy relationship with your own personal responsibility. That's what the pack is in this whole analogy, in this metaphor. The pack is personal responsibility. And there isn't, I'm not saying a struggle like you're like, no, I won't do it. Like, that's not the energy. The energy is just like, there's huge hesitation. And Spirit's just saying, okay, let's jumpstart it. Let's get it moving. You know, we got these fire ants. It's just like lots of fire, lots of energy. It's lots of energy. Like, move it forward. We will remove the obstacles with the elephant, with Ganesh. The elephant's also carrying the sacred flame, which is your own ability to connect deeply within yourself into your core and know automatically through primal instinct and through your intuition, like what the way forward is. You're on a marathon, you're running a marathon. That's another way we could look at this, and you're prepared. Okay, what do you guys want with the tiger? The tiger, and you've got the primal instinct. Just get it done. Move it forward, get it done. I hope this is helpful for you guys. I don't have an example for you for what this is, other than just it's success. This looks like financial career success. So likely career moves, leadership moves. Okay, ending message. Ending message is grounding. Find a way to get with the planet. You know, the rock climbing scenario is coming through so clearly. The difference between, you know, people, when you think about rock climbing, I've been doing this since I was young, like since I was a kid, and people will be like, how do you like scale a rock wall? Don't you like freak out? And it's like, no. And you'll see this across pretty much all climbers. Like, the second you get to that wall, you're the wall. Like, you're connected to it energetically. And that's that's essentially how climbers are able to climb, is that they're part of the wall. They're part of the rock. They're so grounded because you have to be, because you're now in a playful survival instinct. That's the point they were saying earlier. It's recreation. So whatever you're walking into right now has been chosen. It's your chosen recreation, your chosen path. And part of that chosen path is acknowledging the dangers associated with it. And that there are great dangers associated with it. But the truth is, this is a form of recreation. It's a form of sport. It's something you enjoy and you have pre-chosen. So, is there anything else you guys want to say around grounding? Get grounded. Be in your body. Be in your body. Whatever that means for you, whether it's exercise, whether it's attuning to your food, your frequency. You're ready to make a huge jump, an exponential shift financially in your career with visibility. So tap into what that means, because it'll feel scary from the other side if you're not prepared and just putting one foot in front of the other now. Claim the responsibility. The responsibility is God's protection, so that you don't give it all away when you get it. So you don't get hurt when you get it. So people don't attack you when you get it. When you come into a lot of exponential growth, financial resource, even energetic resource, all at once, there's attacks that come from people with that. They could be sweet attacks or mean attacks, like trying to get something from you, trying to convince you to do something for themselves, aligning with you, placing masks on just to get with you because you have something. So there's a lot of protection that's necessary. That protection comes from your alignment to this like inner mentor, and the alignment to the responsibility. Take fucking accountability for your life. Take responsibility. Stop aligning to any level of victim mentality where you're like, oh, I did this because or this didn't work out because they said this, or whatever. Like, I'm not going to go into it. Just make it happen, you guys. Make it happen. And step into your best life. Elixir of life was the next thing. So grounding, step into your best life, claim your success. Okay, that is the outcome. Is there anything else you would like me to share, dear spirit? That's it. If you enjoyed this and you want to dive deeper with me, Source Code Framework is open for enrollment. It's my monthly program. We're going to be doing this through the end of the year, where I'm channeling the storm guardianship and the elementals to build an entire program of ascension that is, I would call it off-grid. So it's not like praying to a deity, like you become your own source connection, and I teach you how to do that. The matrix itself kind of denies our source connection. When we come into body, when we agree to be human, we engage into the matrix ascension, which is like a very specific protocol of how you are to live your life as a human. I'm not telling you to not live in the matrix. We all have to. I'm literally in the matrix. But I'm running on my source code. And I teach people how to run on their own source code framework, which is a framework of belief, of understanding and who you are, and developing your intuition to understand your own personal arcane magic and your divine magic and your human magic combined, so that you can create the reality that best suits you, regardless of what other people think about it. Because the matrix is tapped into everybody else's thoughts. So even a stream like this, like the way I'm channeling, I'm not in the matrix. I'm channeling from my source code. But I am connected to the matrix so that I can read data. So it's like, it's creating your own source frequency, which is how you vibrate, how you live, what you're capable of doing. Because the matrix will actually stop you from making lateral ascension moves in any level of your life if other systems in the matrix don't support it. You have to work within the matrix system in order to gain matrix access to wealth and security. If you're working with your own source connection, like you're working with your own higher guidance system and your plan based in God, not based in other people's thoughts. So you actually can have what you want from this life, because it's your destiny path and you're engaging in that destiny path from your root chakra, like learning how to move through physical reality. This program is for women specifically. It's a divine feminine ascension program. My guides asked me to switch it from both genders to just women because it needs that level of sensitivity. It is very, very special. It's working with essentially, it's working with the portal of the womb space for creation, to become the creator in your life in absolutely every way. And I teach significantly on enlightenment, on stepping into the veil, understanding how to begin to perceive the veil, working with your spirit guides. I give lots of videos with really great spiritual advice through the week. There are private podcasts, there's a chat. I'll answer your questions. You get access to me. You get access to me. It's fun, it's vibey. We got lots of master classes. I think that's probably my favorite thing about it. The next master classes that are coming up are around the guardianship of Storm. She sent me some clear channels talking about elementals, the elements, and how we work through with them. If that sounds like your vibe, if you're ready to claim your best life, if you're ready to step into your highest potential, unlock it, and understand your intuition from a place that will be rather easy. This program is filled with soul food, which it's a sort of spiritual energy that actually feeds your energetic system so that you have enough spiritual energy to make decisions, the right decisions on your path without having to think too heavily about them. Soul food actually is a type of energy. It's a type of quantum source substance that I channel through my work, through my programs. That gives you access to the light codes and the downloads so that it's more than you just hearing what I'm saying. You're actually receiving the integration of that information that you can take forward in your life. So anyway, go ahead and check out the link in the description below. You can enroll. If you have any questions, send me an email. That's what I got for you there. Enjoy your day. I will see you guys soon. Bye.